ASPIR, resource enhancement. You know, one of the major parts of my job, in addition to providing leadership to the institution, is to make sure we get our fair share. And so the reason that the car I drive has got almost 80,000 miles on it, it's less than 4 years old, is I spent a lot of my time going up and down the highway to visit with stakeholders, key members of the General Assembly, others and the like. Yesterday, for example, I left the House in the morning. I went to Frankfurt, testified before the Joint Committee of the House Education, Joint Committee, which was House and Senate sponsored on education. And it wasn't the Higher Ed Committee yesterday. It was the committee that deals with the issues P12, elementary, middle grades, junior high, high school. They were very interested. What's Morehead State University doing to contribute to the pipeline coming into higher education? So I shared a lot of what you do, a lot of what we do together to affect positively the lives of the children in our region. And I got home last night at 10:30. I had been in Prestonsburg after Frankfurt. The Democratic House caucus had a political event there where it was a good opportunity to mix and mingle and talk to the people in the caucus that provides a lot of support to our university, both philosophically and practically. They're the people that we go to when we have questions, concerns, and when we're asking for resources. So you got to develop relationships. So that's where I was. That was yesterday. And that's not an uncommon day in terms of the life of at least this president. So ASPIRE, E is enrollment gains. You know we're funded based upon our mission, and our mission is to educate students, and the headcount component of that is an important consideration on how much money we get. So not only do we want our enrollment to rise because of funding formula, we want it to rise because we've committed to help the Commonwealth achieve the double the numbers strategy so that more young people will achieve baccalaureate degrees so we can attain the national average for adults holding baccalaureate degrees by 2020. Those are the 6 goals. There's more detail on the plan, and there's a lot of detail about what we're going to do to get there. So I point that out because everything that we did this spring to work on the budget, work our way through this fiscal crisis, this was one of the touchstones we came back to. So it wasn't, a small group of people making arbitrary decisions, sort of in the back room, which, sometimes in our lighthearted moments we might think, yeah, that's what they're doing over there. Well, that isn't how it works at all. So what did we actually do? We reduced the operating budget going into this fiscal year, $2.7 billion, because that was a reduction in state support. And we did more than that. We actually moved around about $3.4 million, but 2.7 of it was a reduction in state support. That's just money the state said, sorry, 6%'s gone, you don't have it. We did that, though, by strategically making decisions. We did not say to Dr. Hughes, Mr. Shaw, Mr. Capus, or anybody else, here's your number, you've got to cut that much out of the budget. What we said was, everybody go back to your division, you look at every budget line in your division, and you come back and tell us what you believe you can do to reduce the budget with the minimum impact on the core business of the university. And the core business of the university is student success and the necessary things to make it go. So that was the process that we went through, and it was laborious. People came forward with lots of ideas, some of them out there quite a ways, and some of them very practically minded. And so what we had to do is work through all that and come to a place where we had consensus that this was a plan that made sense, but it was not across the board. And so, our goal was to ensure that your life would go on as faculty and staff members with the mission of the institution with minimum impact. I mean, I would be pleased if at the end of the day you would say, I don't see any change in our unit. Some of you are seeing some change, obviously, but some less than others. We eliminated 24 staff positions. All but 4 were vacant. 4 of those 24 had people in them. Those are 4 people that are no longer MSU employees, and that's too bad. I feel badly about that. but that was a place we arrived at. We thought those were decisions that we could live with and still not affect the core business of the university. Some of that was through reorganizations in housing. We outsourced. We no longer are going to have tour buses. We have 2 big Greyhound type buses here. They're ancient. One of them blew an engine this last year. We said we're not going to buy an engine. In fact, we're going to get rid of the buses and we're going to contract all of our bus work. A bus driver lost his job. "13 faculty positions were eliminated. None of those positions had faculty in them. 5 were tenure track, 8 were fixed term. We still will have a student to faculty ratio on this campus of 15:1. So, you know, when you think about, I mean, a fear would be, faculty might think, you know, we eliminate faculty positions, we're going to have class sizes of 30, 40, 50 people. Well, the ratio across the campus is 15:1. It's a pretty fair ratio by anybody's standard. So we chose to make the major cuts in the personnel area, but we tried to do it very strategically.